Born in Wales in 1925, Richard Burton grew up in a working-class family. His father was a coal miner and his mother was a homemaker. This humble background shaped his character and work ethic. From a young age he showed a talent for acting, often performing in school plays. His early exposure to the arts came from his teachers, who recognized his potential and encouraged him to pursue drama. Burton's passion for acting deepened when he attended the University College of Wales, Aberystwyth. There he studied under the guidance of Philip Burton, a drama teacher who became a significant mentor. Philip not only taught him the craft of acting, but also introduced him to the world of Shakespeare and classic literature. This mentorship was crucial in shaping Burton's skills and ambition. As he honed his craft, he gained experience in local theater productions, which further fueled his desire to perform on larger stages. His early influences, combined with his dedication and talent, set the foundation for a remarkable career in film and theater. Richard Burton was a famous actor known for his powerful performances in film and theater. He was born in Wales and became one of the most respected actors of his time. Many people first recognized him in classic films like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and Cleopatra. His deep voice and strong presence made him stand out. When was the first time you recognized actor Richard Burton? Was it in a movie, a play, or perhaps a documentary? Burton had many memorable moments in his career. Is there a particular moment from one of his works that has had a lasting impact on you? His roles often explored deep emotions and complex characters, which can leave a strong impression. Many fans have cherished memories related to this classic star. We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. There are many funny, shocking, and sad facts about Richard Burton coming up, so keep watching this video. During his childhood in Wales, Richard Burton found his passion for acting in a rather unexpected way. While attending a local school, he was encouraged by a teacher who recognized his talent for storytelling and performance. This teacher, impressed by Burton's ability to captivate his classmates, urged him to join the school play. The moment he stepped onto the stage, he felt a rush of excitement and a sense of belonging that he had never experienced before. As he performed, he discovered the power of words and emotions, realizing that acting allowed him to express himself in ways he had not thought possible. One pivotal experience came when he played the role of a soldier in a school production. The applause he received after his performance ignited a fire within him, pushing him to pursue acting more seriously. Later, while working in a local theater, he met other aspiring actors who shared their dreams and struggles. Their passion inspired him to take risks and hone his craft. Each role he took on deepened his love for the art, leading him to London, where he would eventually become a celebrated actor. The combination of early encouragement, thrilling performances, and the camaraderie of fellow actors shaped his journey, solidifying his desire to make acting his life's work. Richard Burton had a significant impact on the film industry during his career. He was known for his powerful performances and distinctive voice, which set him apart from many of his contemporaries. His work in films like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and The Spy Who Came In from the Cold showcased his ability to portray complex characters. Burton's talent brought a new level of seriousness to film acting, influencing future generations of actors to focus on depth and authenticity in their performances. Moreover, Burton's collaborations with notable directors and fellow actors helped elevate the quality of films in his era. His role in adapting stage plays for the screen brought theatrical elements into cinema, enriching the storytelling experience. He also had a strong presence in both film and theater, bridging the gap between the two mediums. This versatility encouraged other actors to explore opportunities in both areas. Burton's personal life, including his high-profile marriage to Elizabeth Taylor, kept him in the public eye and added to his influence. Their relationship brought attention to the film industry, highlighting the intersection of celebrity culture and cinema. While His legacy continues to inspire actors today as they strive to achieve the same level of emotional depth and commitment to their craft. Facing financial struggles early in his career, Richard Burton worked hard to make a name for himself in the acting world. Growing up in Wales, he came from a modest background, which made it difficult to pursue his dreams. Despite the lack of money, he found ways to support himself, taking on various jobs while honing his craft. His talent was undeniable, but the industry was skeptical of his potential. Many doubted that a Welsh actor could succeed in a world dominated by English and American stars. Instead of giving up, Burton used this skepticism as motivation. He took on challenging roles in theater, showcasing his skills and determination. His performances began to attract attention, leading to opportunities in film. By staying true to his passion and working tirelessly, he overcame the obstacles in his path. His resilience and creativity in finding solutions to his challenges paved the way for a remarkable career that would eventually make him a legendary figure in acting. Burton was known for his intelligence and extensive reading. He had a deep understanding of English poetry, which he even taught at Oxford University for a term in the early 1970s. Politically, he identified as a socialist but did not engage in politics as much as his friend Stanley Baker. He admired figures like Democratic Senator Robert F. Kennedy and once participated in a sonnet-quoting contest with him. In 1973, he accepted the role of Josip Broz Tito in a film biography because he respected the Yugoslav leader. While in Yugoslavia, he openly declared his communist beliefs, stating that he saw no conflict between making money in films and holding leftist views, claiming he did not exploit others like capitalists did. Burton's role as Mark Antony in Cleopatra was not one he valued highly. Both he and Elizabeth Taylor viewed the film as a means to an end. She took the role for the paycheck, while he sought to boost his Hollywood profile. After they married, they kept a copy of the British comedy Carry On Cleo on their yacht, the Charisma, and often shared it with their guests. Starting with his role in The Lady of the Camellias, Richard Burton captured attention with his powerful performance, showcasing his deep emotional range. This marked a significant turning point in his career, leading to more prominent roles. His portrayal of Mark Antony in Cleopatra, alongside Elizabeth Taylor, not only solidified his status as a leading man, but also sparked a legendary romance that captivated the public. Critics praised his ability to bring complexity to his characters, making him a favorite among filmmakers. In Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Burton's intense performance earned him an Academy Award nomination, highlighting his talent in dramatic roles. Peers admired his dedication to his craft, often noting how he immersed himself in his characters. Collaborators like Taylor spoke of his charisma and depth, which brought authenticity to their performances. His work in The Spy Who Came In From the Cold showcased his versatility, earning him critical acclaim and further establishing him as a serious actor. Throughout his career, Burton's ability to navigate both stage and screen, along with his passionate performances, left a lasting impact on the film industry and inspired many actors who followed in his footsteps. In 1976, Burton stirred controversy with an article he wrote for The Observer about his friend Stanley Baker, who had recently passed away from pneumonia. The article upset Baker's widow because it portrayed her husband as an uncultured womanizer. This incident highlighted the complex nature of their friendship and Burton's candid writing style. Burton also took on the role of Alexander in the film Alexander the Great. For this role, he, along with Baker and other male cast members, underwent a complete buffing, which meant they were depilated to fit the image of their characters. This was a notable change for Burton, who was known for his hairy appearance. Additionally, Burton played a significant role in the personal life of fellow actor Laurence Olivier. He was the best man at Olivier's wedding to Joan Plowright in New York City on March 17, 1961. At that time, both actors were performing on Broadway, with Burton in Camelot and Olivier and Beckett. Their friendship and support for each other were evident during this important event. Exploring Richard Burton's creative process reveals a deep commitment to his craft. He approached each role with intense preparation, often immersing himself in the character's world. This dedication stemmed from his own life experiences, including his Welsh upbringing and struggles with personal demons. Burton's unique style combined a powerful voice with a commanding presence, allowing him to convey complex emotions he often drew from his own life, reflecting themes of love, loss, and existential struggle in his performances. His worldview, shaped by both triumphs and failures, added depth to his characters, making them relatable and real. The passion he brought to the stage and screen was evident in his ability to connect with audiences on a profound level. His performances were not just about acting. They were a reflection of his inner life, making each role a personal journey. This blend of personal experience and artistic expression set Burton apart in the world of acting, leaving a lasting impact on the craft. In Where Eagles Dare, Richard Burton played Major Smith. Director Brian G. Hutton used Burton's strong theatrical background to enhance the character. This approach allowed Burton to bring depth to Smith, while Clint Eastwood's quieter style effectively shaped the character of Schaffer. In The Night of Iguana, Burton took on the role of Reverend Dr. T. Lawrence Shannon. Other well-known actors, including Marlon Brando, Richard Harris, and William Holden, were also considered for this part, but Burton ultimately secured the role. Burton's early life included time in the Royal Air Force. He and Warren Mitchell were cadets together at Oxford in 1944. They spent time stationed in Canada and England between 1944 and 1947. Their paths crossed again later when they both appeared in The Spy Who Came In From the Cold in 1965. This connection highlights Burton's long career and the relationships he built in the film industry. Richard Burton's impact on the film industry is profound and far-reaching. Known for his powerful voice and intense performances, he brought a unique depth to his characters that set a new standard for acting. His work in films like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and The Spy Who Came In From the Cold showcased his ability to convey complex emotions, influencing a generation of actors to embrace vulnerability in their roles. History experts often cite Burton's commitment to his craft as a catalyst for the method acting movement, encouraging performers to draw from personal experiences to enhance their portrayals. Moreover, Burton's collaborations with playwrights like Tennessee Williams and his performances in adaptations of classic literature helped elevate the status of theatrical storytelling in cinema. His ability to transition seamlessly between stage and screen inspired many actors to explore diverse mediums, breaking down barriers between them. Critics have noted that his performances often challenged societal norms, pushing audiences to confront uncomfortable truths. This willingness to tackle difficult subjects has left a lasting legacy, encouraging filmmakers to take risks in storytelling. Many actors today, including those influenced by Burton, strive to achieve the same level of authenticity and emotional resonance in their work, ensuring that his contributions continue to shape the industry. Burton played Alexander in the film Alexander the Great. This was a significant moment, as it marked the only time he acted alongside his close friend Stanley Baker, despite their long friendship. Later, Burton contributed his voice to the narration of Baker's film Zulu, which was released in 1964. In Exorcist II, The Heretic, Burton took on the role of Father Lamont. In a 1977 TV interview with Ludovic Kennedy, he reflected on his career and mentioned a film he did not name, describing it as not very good. He contrasted this with his later work in Equus, which he considered to be a strong film. The unnamed film he referred to was Exorcist II. Additionally, Burton recorded his sessions for Jeff Wayne's musical version of The War of the Worlds in New York. He completed these recordings in just 2 afternoons while balancing his film commitments. His work in these projects showcases his versatility as an actor and his ability to adapt to different roles and mediums. Outside of his acting career, Richard Burton lived a life rich in passion and complexity. He was known for his love of literature, often quoting Shakespeare and other classic authors, which deeply influenced his performances. His personal values were rooted in a strong sense of loyalty and a commitment to his craft. Burton was also a man of deep emotions, which he channeled into his roles, making them more authentic and powerful. He had a keen interest in the arts beyond acting, including poetry and music, which shaped his understanding of storytelling. Philanthropy played a role in his life as well. Burton supported various causes, particularly those related to education and the arts. He believed in the importance of nurturing young talent, and often contributed to programs that provided opportunities for aspiring artists. His dedication to these causes reflected his belief in the transformative power of art and education. This commitment to giving back was a significant part of who he was, influencing not only his personal life, but also the characters he portrayed on screen. His experiences and values enriched his performances, making them resonate with audiences on a deeper level. While filming Cleopatra, Richard Burton played Mark Antony. During the shoot of the Battle of Actium off the coast of Ischia, a producer invited Burton and Elizabeth Taylor for lunch on his yacht. The producer secretly placed cameras in their room, hoping to capture private moments of the couple. Taylor noticed the cameras right away, and Burton had to be held back from confronting the producer. In Where Eagles Dare, Burton portrayed Major Smith. At that time, he was 43 years old, while Clint Eastwood was 38. Despite the small age difference, Eastwood appeared much younger than Burton. In Alexander the Great, Burton took on the role of Alexander. His on-screen mother, played by Danielle Darrieux, was only 8 years older than him. This casting choice highlighted the unique dynamics of age in film. Burton's career was marked by intense roles and personal drama, making him a memorable figure in cinema history. Reflecting on the legacy of Richard Burton, one can see a profound impact on the acting industry. His powerful performances in films like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and Cleopatra showcased his incredible range and depth. Burton's ability to convey complex emotions made him a standout figure, inspiring many actors who followed. His dedication to the craft and willingness to take on challenging roles set a high standard for future generations. Looking ahead, aspiring professionals can learn much from Burton's journey. He believed in the importance of authenticity and staying true to oneself. He often advised young actors to embrace their unique voices and experiences, as these elements can enrich their performances. Burton also emphasized the value of hard work and perseverance, reminding newcomers that success often comes after facing rejection and challenges. By embodying passion and commitment, aspiring actors can honor Burton's legacy while carving their own paths in the industry. They should remember that every role is an opportunity to grow and connect with audiences on a deeper level. He and his then-wife Elizabeth Taylor had a close friendship with Josip Broz Tito, the president of Yugoslavia. They often vacationed at his villa along the Adriatic coast and were regular guests at his mansion in Belgrade. Burton later portrayed Tito in the 1972 film The Battle of Suceska. In this film, he played a character based on his real-life friend. Burton took on the role of Flying Officer David Campbell in The Longest Day. He expressed concern about his age, feeling that he and co-star Donald Houston were too old to convincingly play RAF pilots. During his time in the Royal Air Force, he noted that he never saw a pilot older than 30, which made him question the casting. In the film Beckett, Burton initially declined the role because he thought playing a saint would attract negative attention from the press. He believed he was better suited for the role of Henry II, showing his awareness of public perception and his desire to choose roles that fit his image. From his early days in Wales, Richard Burton's journey in acting was marked by a fierce passion for the craft. He captivated audiences with his powerful voice and intense performances, bringing characters to life in a way that few could. His innovative approach to acting set him apart, as he often took on challenging roles that pushed the boundaries of traditional theater and film. Burton's work in classics like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and Cleopatra showcased not only his talent, but also his willingness to explore complex human emotion. His collaborations with renowned directors and fellow actors further enriched his career, making him a significant figure in the entertainment industry. Despite personal struggles, his perseverance shone through, leaving a lasting impact on generations of actors who follow. The legacy of Richard Burton reminds us of the power of creativity and the importance of never giving up on one's dreams, inspiring all to embrace their passions fully. In Where Eagles Dare, Richard Burton played the role of Major Smith. Despite his performance, he disliked the final product. Burton held strong anti-war beliefs and was a lifelong socialist. In 1974, he faced a ban from the BBC after writing 2 articles critical of Winston Churchill, one titled, "To Know Him is to Hate Him." His memory for lines was excellent until he turned 50. However, during his Broadway run in Equus in 1976, he struggled to remember his lines after a 12-year break from the stage. He later declined offers to play King Lear in Canada in 1978 and 1983, stating he could no longer recall lines. In The Taming of the Shrew, Burton portrayed Petruchio alongside Dame Elizabeth Taylor. They co-produced the film, investing $1 million of their own money and foregoing their combined salaries of over $2 million, opting instead for a share of the film's profits. He started filming Laughter in the Dark but was sacked for being continually late on set. Nicole Williamson replaced him in the role. In September 1963, Richard Burton played Reverend Dr. T. Lawrence Shannon in The Night of the Iguana. He, along with John Huestonam Sul Leon, arrived in Puerto Vallarta for filming. This remote fishing village became the backdrop for the movie, and the principal photography lasted 72 days. Houston enjoyed the fishing in the area so much that he bought a house for $30,000 in a cottage colony outside town. Burton's personal life included a divorce from his third wife, Susan Hunt. They were married from 1976 to 1982. The divorce settlement was $1 million, which is about $2 million in today's money. He also had to give up a house he owned in Puerto Vallarta. His first house in the area was lost to his second wife, Elizabeth Taylor, during their divorce. Won a Grammy in the Best Recording for Children category for The Little Prince in 1975. This work featured Jonathan Winters and Billy Simpson, showcasing Burton's talent beyond acting. In The Sandpiper, he played Dr. Edward Hewitt. Despite his strong feelings against the film, he was bound by a contract to participate. This illustrates the challenges actors face in their careers, often having to fulfill obligations they may not agree with. After his passing, Richard Burton was interred at the Protestant churchyard in Celigny, Switzerland. His final resting place reflects a quiet end to a life filled with notable achievements and struggles in the entertainment industry. Burton's legacy continues through his diverse body of work and his contributions to film and audio recordings. His Grammy win highlights his versatility, while his contractual obligations reveal the complexities of an acting career. The contrast between his artistic pursuits and personal challenges adds depth to his story. After nearly drinking himself to death during the shooting of The Klansman, Burton dried out at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California. He was often inebriated while making the movie, which led to many scenes being filmed with him sitting or lying down. In some moments, he slurred his words or spoke incoherently. Burton later stated that he could not remember making the film. O.J. Simpson noted that there were times when Burton could not move. In April 1981, he had to drop out of the Los Angeles run of Camelot due to severe back pain, likely from chronic bursitis. Doctors were puzzled by how he managed to perform live shows night after night. They discovered that his entire spinal column was coated in crystallized alcohol. Initially, they could not operate because he was 3 stone underweight, so he had to stay in bed to regain strength. He underwent a delicate operation to rebuild his backbone, which could have left him paralyzed if something went wrong. Burton called his friend Richard Harris to take over his role as King Arthur, and then returned to his home in Switzerland to recover. Burton played Marcellus Gallio in The Robe. After the movie's release, he faced criticism for being a wooden actor, a label that followed him throughout his career. He was set to reprise his role in Wild Geese II, but he passed away just days before filming started. Edward Fox took over the role of his character's brother in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Richard Burton played George. Known for his struggles with alcohol, he had a personal rule to never portray drunkenness while actually drunk. This made it challenging for him to convincingly play a character who was supposed to be at different levels of intoxication throughout the film. He was also offered the role of Thomas More in A Man for All Seasons, but chose to decline it. Paul Scofield was then cast and won an Oscar for his performance. Burton's career was marked by significant roles and personal challenges, reflecting both his talent and his struggles. His decisions in choosing roles and his approach to acting left a lasting impact on the film industry. Richard Burton played Reverend Dr. T. Lawrence Shannon in The Night of the Iguana. This film featured 5 Oscar nominees, including Burton, Ivor Gardner, Deborah Kerr, Grayson Hall, and Gladys Hill. His performance was notable and added depth to the story. In another film, Burton portrayed Dr. Edward Hewitt in The Sandpiper. This was the 3rd of 11 films where he starred alongside Dame Elizabeth Taylor. Their on-screen chemistry was well received and contributed to their fame as a couple. Burton also took on the role of Petruchio in The Taming of the Shrew. This marked the first time Elizabeth Taylor performed Shakespeare. Initially, she felt out of place because many of her co-stars had experience with Shakespeare from a young age. Despite her nerves, Taylor was determined to succeed. She quickly adapted to the language, asking Burton for help with just one line, "Whom doth thou lovest best?" She described her struggle with the line, saying it felt like she had toffee in her mouth. Their collaboration in these films showcased their talent and a strong bond they shared. In The Longest Day, Richard Burton played Flying Officer David Campbell. He shared scenes with Donald Houston, portraying British soldiers facing challenges during World War II. Their dynamic continued in the 1968 film Where Eagles Dare, where they again acted as soldiers, this time with more conflict between their characters. In Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Burton took on the role of George, showcasing his range as an actor. During his time in New York City performing in Camelot, he formed a friendship with director Mike Nichols. Burton and his then-wife, Dame Elizabeth Taylor, supported Nichols' hiring after Fred Zinnemann stepped down from the project. This decision was notable, especially since Zinnemann later won several prestigious awards for A Man for All Seasons, leaving some to question why Nichols did not receive similar recognition for his work. Despite Burton's talent, he had a complex personality. He made anti-Semitic comments at times, yet he also claimed that his maternal great-grandfather was Jewish, adding layers to his character and beliefs. In Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Richard Burton plays George, who presents a bouquet and exclaims, "Flowers for the dead." In Spanish, this moment echoes a tradition seen in other films, like A Streetcar Named Desire and Jezebel, where such gestures signal impending doom. At the time of his death in 1984, Burton was preparing to return as Colonel Alan Faulkner in Wild Geese II, and had agreed to portray Thomas Fowler in a remake of Graham Greene's The Quiet American. After his passing, Wild Geese II continued with Edward Fox stepping into Burton's role, and the film was dedicated to him. However, The remake of The Quiet American was ultimately cancelled. Burton was also the father of actress Kate Burton, who has continued the family legacy in the entertainment industry. His contributions to film and theatre remain significant, reflecting his talent and dedication to his craft. Richard Burton was known for his close friendship with Richard Harris and Peter O'Toole. They often drank together until O'Toole had to stop drinking after surgery in 1976. In the film Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Burton played the role of George. The film faced challenges with the Production Code Office due to its language and content. Jack Valenti, the head of the MPA at the time, described the film as a significant challenge. The studio pressured director Mike Nichols to change some dialogue. For example, Martha, played by Elizabeth Taylor, originally yelled "Screw you" at her husband. The studio insisted on changing it to "God damn you." This change caused a mismatch in the footage, so the editor used a shot of her back to make it work. Despite these efforts, the Production Code Office still refused to approve the film. In Where Eagles Dare, Burton portrayed Major Smith. After filming, he accidentally injured his brother Iffle Jenkins during a drinking session, leaving him paralyzed until his death years later. In Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Richard Burton played George, a role that showcased his talent, but also highlighted his and Elizabeth Taylor's unique working style. Both actors had contracts that allowed them to arrive on set at 1000 a.m., unlike most of the crew who started much earlier. Once they arrived, it took 2 hours for makeup, hair, and wardrobe. By the time they were ready, it was often lunchtime. They would take long breaks for cocktails with friends, returning late in the afternoon to start filming. Editor Sam Osteen noted that when they did return, they would greet everyone casually and jump into shooting, sometimes not coming back until close to the end of the workday. In Exorcist II, The Heretic, Burton admitted that he took the role mainly for the paycheck. He was facing a divorce from Taylor and needed the money. His financial situation influenced his choice of projects during that time. While filming Where Eagles Dare, Burton struggled with personal issues. Ingrid Pitt, who played Heidi, observed that he was drinking heavily. He was dealing with the decline of his marriage and his career, which affected his performance and mood on set. While filming 1984, Richard Burton faced significant challenges. He experienced severe neck pain and wore a neck brace during rehearsals. The director required him to wear heavy makeup because he appeared much older than his actual age. For his role as O'Brien, he toned down his famous voice, but he struggled with his lines, often needing up to 40 takes to get a scene right. Despite these difficulties, his performance was critically acclaimed and noted for its subtlety. In another notable role, Burton played Mark Antony in Cleopatra. Alongside Roddy McDowall, he took a supporting role in The Longest Day to cope with the film's demanding production. Burton also portrayed Reverend Dr. T. Lawrence Shannon in The Night of the Iguana. The original Broadway production featured different actors, including Patrick O'Neill and Bette Davis. The play received nominations for Tony Awards in 1962, but did not win, although Margaret Leighton earned the Best Actress in a Play award. Burton accepted the role of Philip Ashley in My Cousin Rachel because it was meant to be a comeback for Greta Garbo, directed by his friend George Cukor. Garbo told him she would only act in the film if he was her leading man. However, the plans fell apart as Garbo never returned to film, and Cukor and Burton did not collaborate. Despite this, Burton stayed with the project, which was then reworked for Olivia de Havilland after her Oscar win for The Heiress. Burton found de Havilland's behavior after her win to be arrogant. She insisted on being billed above the title and preferred to be called Miss de Havilland. He often expressed his disdain for the film in interviews. In Where Eagles Dare, Burton earned a salary of $1.2 million. He died on August 5, 1984, just days before starting Wild Geese II, a sequel to the Wild Geese test. His death created challenges for producer Yuan Lloyd, who had to quickly find a replacement. Edward Fox was chosen to take Burton's place, and the film was dedicated to Burton's memory. In Where Eagles Dare, Richard Burton played the role of Major Smith. Clint Eastwood was hesitant to take second billing to Burton, but accepted it after receiving a payment of $800,000. During World War II, Burton attended Exeter College, Oxford, as a Royal Air Force cadet. He enrolled in the university short course for 6 months. While at Oxford from 1943 to 1944, he joined the Oxford University Dramatic Society. Cadets were told they could return to finish their education after the war, but Burton chose to pursue acting instead. He became a professional actor after being demobilized in 1947. Nearly 30 years later, he returned to Oxford to teach poetry to undergraduates for a semester. In Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Burton portrayed George. He celebrated his 40th birthday on the set of this film, where his wife, Dame Elizabeth Taylor, surprised him with a white 1966 Oldsmobile Toronado. Burton played Marcellus Gallio in the film The Robe. He disliked making the movie so much that he turned down a contract from 20th Century Fox. Despite his feelings, he was surprised to receive an Oscar nomination. Critics described his performance as wooden, yet he ended up making more films at Fox than at any other studio. In 1979, he worked on a film called Lovespell, also known as Tristan and Isolde, but it was never released. His personal life included a close relationship with his family. His last surviving sibling, his younger brother Graham Jenkins, passed away in December 2015 at the age of 88. Burton's career was marked by both critical acclaim and personal challenges, reflecting the complexities of his life as an actor. His legacy continues to be remembered in film history. On August 2, 2021, Richard Burton was honored with a day dedicated to his film work during the Turner Classic Movie Summer Under the Stars. His contributions to cinema are significant, including his role in the film California Suite. In this film, scenes featuring Dame Maggie Smith and Sir Michael Caine were filmed at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion before the 50th Annual Academy Awards in 1978. Herbert Ross directed these scenes and was nominated for Best Director that year for The Turning Point, although he did not win. During the pre-bar scene in California Suite, viewers can spot an image of Richard Burton, who was also nominated that year. In 1957, Burton faced a financial challenge despite earning £82,000 from films like Prince of Players, The Reigns of Ranchipur, and Alexander the Great. Due to high taxes imposed by the Conservative Party, he only kept £6,000 for personal use. To address this issue, he consulted his lawyer, Aaron Frosch, who advised him to move to Switzerland, where taxes were lower. Burton followed this advice and relocated with his wife to Celigny, Switzerland. In January 1957, purchasing a villa there, he responded to criticism from the British government by stating that everyone should pay taxes, except actors. Burton lived in Switzerland until his death. Mike Nichols advised Richard Burton to sometimes do nothing in scenes, encouraging him to listen. Burton found this approach valuable. He described Nichols' directing style as smooth and effective. Nichols would guide actors to achieve their best by collaborating rather than directing them in a traditional way. Burton noted that Nichols often made him discard lines he thought were strong, but he realized Nichols was right each time. In his role as Petruchio in The Taming of the Shrew, Burton reflected on the challenge of scene-stealing actors. He mentioned Victor Spinetti in his diary, humorously noting that Spinetti's performance was so over-the-top that it included everything except the most extreme antics. Burton's career saw significant hits, with Where Eagles Dare in 1968 being his last major success at the box office. Later, The Wild Geese in 1978 found success in Europe but did not perform well in North America. His career was marked by both triumphs and challenges, showcasing his range as an actor. He was a close friend of Humphrey Bogart, sharing a bond that extended beyond their work in film. Richard Burton played the role of Major Smith in the movie Where Eagles Dare. For this role, he wanted Richard Egan to portray Lieutenant Maurice Schaffer, showing his interest in collaborating with fellow actors. In another significant role, Burton played Mark Antony in Cleopatra. The studio head, Darryl F. Zanuck, had mixed feelings about the film's structure. He did not mind the idea of making 2 3-hour movies. However, he understood that the public was very interested in the affair between Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. He believed that audiences would not attend the first part of the film if Burton was not in it. As a result, the 2 parts were combined into one movie to ensure better attendance and interest. This decision reflected the impact of their personal lives on their professional projects. Richard Burton's work in film and theater remains a powerful testament to his talent and dedication. Known for his deep voice and intense performances, he captivated audiences in classics like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and Cleopatra. His ability to portray complex characters made him a standout actor of his time. Beyond his film roles, Burton's stage performances showcased his range, particularly in Shakespearean plays, where he brought a unique depth to each character. His personal life, marked by high-profile relationships and struggles, added to his mystique, making him a fascinating figure in entertainment history. Many remember him not just for his roles, but for his passion and commitment to the craft. As we reflect on his legacy, we invite you to share your thoughts on his impact in the comments. What are your favorite performances? How do you think he shaped the acting world? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content celebrating the creative spirits who have shaped entertainment.